Pause everything for just 3 seconds. This might completely shift how you see your life, your death, and your true self. Have you ever felt like something vital was missing from what you were taught about existence? Like a page was torn from the book of your soul? You were right. 12 centuries ago, a manuscript surfaced that revealed one of humanity's most carefully hidden secrets, erased not by accident, but on purpose. Why? Because it contains knowledge that could awaken a power within you that many forces would rather you never discover. The truth of what your soul experienced before you were born. And now, that lost book returns. Known as the INCARNATIng in Latin, this ancient manuscript, over 1,200 years old, was written by a secret order of mystics. They claimed it holds detailed maps of the soul's journey before, during, and after life. It reveals truths that institutions, religious and political, buried to maintain control. Each stage described reveals a part of who you really are, what you were made to forget. Imagine knowing why you were born into your specific body, your family, and your current life. Imagine recognizing your deepest pain and biggest challenges as part of a larger plan, one you chose before arriving here. This isn't some modern theory. It's an ancient spiritual map, passed down secretly for centuries, hidden from the world. If you access this knowledge, your life will never be the same. You'll realize that nothing is random. Every person, every challenge, every detour has a purpose. And most importantly, you'll understand there are no victims in this universe. You have always been the architect of your own path. Realizing this is the first step to leaving behind feelings of helplessness, guilt, and fear, and reclaiming control over your existence. How often have you looked at your life and wondered, why am I here? What's the point of all this? Most of us drift through life like passengers on a runaway train. Things just happen. People come and go. Struggles arise. It all feels out of our hands. That emptiness, that loss of direction. It's no accident. It's a symptom of having forgotten who we truly are and why we came here. But what if I told you that before you were born, you already knew the purpose behind every step of your journey? According to this ancient manuscript, your soul went through a deep preparation before birth. As a free being, you chose your parents, your body, the lessons you'd face, and your life's mission. You chose it all in a state of perfect clarity, without fear or doubt. You knew that even painful experiences would be essential to your evolution, like fire refining gold. You understood that only through direct experience could your soul expand its light. And here's the most incredible part. You didn't plan this alone. You were guided by loving beings of light, spiritual mentors who helped you design the perfect path for your growth. When you realize that nothing is random, your view of life transforms. Pain becomes training. Loss becomes space for something greater. Obstacles become keys to your next level. This kind of awareness turns suffering into power, fear into wisdom, and doubt into faith. So close your eyes for a moment. If this message stirs something deep inside you, like a quiet whisper from the past, you're ready to remember your soul's journey. The 7 sacred stages of the soul before birth, according to the INCARNATIng. Stage 1. The call of universal consciousness. Many people go through life with a subtle, unexplainable longing. Even when things seem perfect, something still feels missing. This isn't your imagination. It's the echo of the soul's first stage. the call. According to the manuscript, everything begins with a gentle invitation from universal consciousness, the source of all existence. This isn't a command, it's a loving call, a silent music that crosses dimensions and reaches your soul wherever it is. When your soul hears it, it remembers. It knows it's time to grow again, time to return to physical life. And as a free soul, you have the choice to accept or decline. If you're hearing this now, it means you once said yes. You chose to return, to live, to love, to learn, to begin again. Even now, the call continues to echo. In quiet moments, in a child's eyes, in sunsets that move you to tears, in the hunger for answers the world can't give. Hearing the call is remembering that you're more than a body. It's the beginning of aligning your life with a higher purpose. When you truly listen, everything changes. Stage 2, the life review. Do you carry guilt or regret that holds you back? How many times have you thought, if only I had done things differently? We all do. But what if your soul already saw all of it before you were born? According to the CEX anime, the second stage is a full life review. Not one of judgment, but of pure understanding. There's no God wagging a finger, no shame, just love and awareness. You relive your actions and feel their impact, both the pain you caused and the joy you gave. If you hurt someone, you feel it. If you inspired someone, you feel that too. This isn't to punish, it's to teach. It's a cosmic lesson in empathy and responsibility. Knowing your soul already experienced this gives new meaning to your regrets. Mistakes become tools. Guilt gives way to growth. Forgiveness becomes a gift you give to yourself. You can begin to live with more compassion, clarity, and purpose right now. Ask yourself, if I had to review my life today, what would I want to change? What impact are you leaving on those around you? What legacy will your soul carry into eternity? This awareness is a gift. Stage 3, the Council of Souls. Have you ever faced a major decision and felt completely alone? The third stage reveals you never have been. After the life review, your soul meets with a group of wise, loving guides known as the Council of Souls. These are beings of light who've supported you since before your first breath. Souls picture a quiet space filled with love, a circle of light beings, ancient, wise, and full of compassion. They know your soul better than you do. They remember every journey, every struggle, every triumph. These beings don't judge. Instead, they welcome you, and together you reflect on the lessons your soul still wants to learn, the wounds that still need healing, and the gifts waiting to be developed. In this sacred council, the blueprint for your next life is created. You discuss the challenges you'll face, the souls you'll meet, some as allies, others as teachers, or even obstacles, and the mission your soul wants to pursue. Everything is chosen with full awareness. Nothing is forced upon you. Knowing you've always had a spiritual team guiding you changes everything. Intuitive nudges aren't just feelings. They're messages from the council. Vivid dreams, random meetings, even difficult life events could be parts of this loving plan. And here's the best part. You can reconnect with your council right now. Through meditation, prayer, and stillness, you can hear their voices again. You can ask for clarity, strength, and guidance. Stage 4, choosing your life purpose. When days feel repetitive and dreams feel out of reach, it's often your soul remembering the mission you once chose, but have forgotten. That feeling of emptiness, it's not a mistake, it's a sign. After your life review and council meeting comes the most sacred moment, choosing your purpose. According to the CIX anime, no soul incarnates without a mission. With clarity and love, your soul selects the central lesson, transformation, or contribution it wants to bring into this life. Your purpose might involve healing old relationships, growing spiritually, inspiring others, or developing talents to uplift the world. No purpose is ever small or random. Each one is unique, irreplaceable, and perfectly matched to you. You came equipped with everything you need to fulfill it. To uncover your purpose, pay attention to what stirs your soul, what energizes you, what problems do you feel called to solve. What would you gladly do without expecting anything in return? These are clues. Your purpose isn't outside of you. It's already inside, quietly burning like a hidden flame. Even your recurring challenges offer hints. Often the wounds that hurt you most are the very ones you came here to help heal, in yourself and in others. Stage 5. Choosing your body and family. Many believe that birth is random, that we simply appear in a body, a family, a place. But the CX anime reveals something much deeper. You chose all of it. Your soul, with full awareness, was shown different options for bodies, families, cultures, and time periods. And from those, you picked the one that best aligned with your mission. This may be difficult to accept, especially in cases of trauma, pain, or hardship. But your soul doesn't think like the ego. It sees every challenge as a tool, every scar as a stepping stone. You didn't choose your parents for their looks or status. You chose them for the spiritual lessons they carry. Maybe to learn forgiveness, maybe to break generational cycles, maybe to build resilience. The same goes for your body. You chose its strengths, its limits, its DNA, because it was exactly what you needed for your path. When you understand this, your life takes on new meaning. Pain becomes purpose. Resentment turns into understanding. Even those who hurt you may have done so out of spiritual love, agreeing to challenge you so you could grow. And this is where transformation happens, when you honor the choices your soul made. You stop seeing yourself as a victim and recognize yourself as a powerful being who accepted the brave task of evolving through the human experience. Stage 6. The veil of forgetfulness. Once you've chosen your mission, your body, and your family, comes the most delicate part, crossing the veil of forgetfulness. In the spiritual realm, your soul remembers everything. Its past lives, its purpose, its unity with all. But to fully live the human experience, you must forget. You're born like a blank slate. The CIX anime describes this as a gentle crossing, a passage through glowing mist. On the other side, you forget not as a punishment, but as a choice. If you remembered everything, life would lose its depth. There'd be no challenge, no growth, no true experience. Uncertainty, struggle, and mystery, they're all part of the journey. That's why you don't remember your soul's counsel, why you forget you chose your life, why you feel lost sometimes. The veil makes it all real, but the veil isn't solid. It's thin in places, in dreams, in intuition, in moments of deep silence. You feel glimpses, a strange homesickness for a place you can't name, a knowing that there's more. And here's the beauty. You can begin to lift the veil now. Through meditation, mindfulness, and following your intuition, you make space for light to return. You remember that you are not just a body or a name. You are eternal. Even if you've forgotten for a while, your true self has never changed. It's only been asleep, waiting for you to awaken. Stage 7. The leap of faith. Birth after crossing the veil and letting go of conscious memory, you come to the most courageous act of all. Birth. The CEX anime describes it as a leap of faith. You, an eternal being of light, plunge into the physical world with no guarantees, no memory, only deep trust. You leave infinity to enter a small, fragile body. You accept limitation, pain, loss, fear. You forget who you are so that you can rediscover it. You take your first breath. You cry. The world welcomes you. Harsh, beautiful, overwhelming. Everything is new, but deep within you, something ancient remains. A spark of remembrance. In early childhood, when the soul is still close to its origin, children speak of past lives, play with unseen friends, and have dreams that seem like messages from other worlds. But as time passes, the veil thickens. Society shapes you, conditions you, teaches you to forget. And yet, you never forget entirely. In moments of stillness, in deep sorrow, in flashes of unexplainable joy, your soul whispers. It remembers the leap you took. It remembers why you came. And if you truly listen, even for a fleeting second, you'll feel it. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Every challenge is an invitation to remember. Every act of love is a reflection of eternal truth. Every new beginning is proof that you were once brave and can be again. So take a deep breath. Feel the weight of your own courage. You agreed to be born. You agreed to forget. You agreed to take on the hardest task of all. To live as a human while trying to remember that you are divine. Birth is not just the start of physical life. It is the beginning of the soul's great adventure. A journey back to its own light. And now that you've remembered even a part of this, there's no going back. Because with remembrance comes the inevitable question, why was all of this hidden from us? If our soul goes through a sacred process before birth, if every life has a purpose, if we are the architects of our reality, why were we taught to live like victims? Why were we raised to believe we are small, limited, unworthy? The answer is simple and harsh, because awakened souls are hard to control. Since the dawn of civilization, those in power realized something dangerous. A human being who remembers who they truly are cannot be manipulated. They won't live in fear. They won't accept separation as truth. Imagine a world where every person knew they are eternal. They chose this life, and they are co-creators of their reality. Governments, religions, institutions would lose their grip. Their tools, fear, guilt, punishment, control, would collapse. That's why this knowledge wasn't just hidden. It was erased, distorted, discredited. The Codex is just one of many forbidden texts. Writings that spoke of the soul's journey were banned, burned, buried. Masters who tried to remind humanity of its true origin were persecuted, mocked, and silenced. But truth cannot stay buried. It lives in the margins of ancient texts, in dreams, in intuition, in the quiet murmur of your own heart. You've felt it, haven't you? That inner restlessness, that knowing that there's more than what you've been told. That's your soul breaking through the wall of lies built around you. And here's the good news. No one can stop your soul from awakening. The power to remember who you are has always been, and will always be, within you. Now that you know this, you face a choice. You can go back to sleep, as those who built the forgetting wish, or you can move forward, break the old patterns, and live as what you have always been, an eternal, free, and conscious being. Now that you know the truth was hidden, another question naturally arises. How do we begin to remember who we really are? The CEX anime explains, the soul's memory is never truly erased. It simply goes dormant, like a seed waiting beneath the soil for the right conditions to grow. and we can create those conditions. Remembering is not a sudden lightning bolt of realization. It is a slow, sacred reunion with what has always been inside you. It starts with silence. Modern life is loud, chaotic, full of distractions, and intentionally so, because in silence you begin to hear what has been forgotten. Even a few minutes of meditation a day is like lighting a candle in the darkness. Each mindful breath brings you closer to your essence. Then there are dreams. The Codex reveals that during sleep, your soul partially frees itself from the body. Lucid dreams, out-of-body experiences, recurring symbols. These are fragments of soul memory trying to reach you. Don't ignore your dreams. Write them down. Reflect. Ask, what is my soul trying to show me? I've had dreams of meeting people I've never known in this life, yet waking up with a deep sense of familiarity, or dreams of homes and places I've never visited, yet somehow they felt like home. Another powerful tool is intuition. In this modern age, logic is praised above all, but the soul speaks in quiet nudges. Sometimes, for no clear reason, you feel the urge to change paths, speak to someone, or start something new. These are not random urges. They are the memory of the soul, stirring. And above all, you are not alone. Your soul counsel, your spirit guides, your higher self, they're still with you, waiting for you to create space for the reunion. When you sincerely ask for help, the universe responds, always. Awakening takes courage. It means stepping off autopilot. It means rejecting fear, limitation, and guilt. It means choosing, day by day, to remember, I am eternal, I am light, I create my reality. Don't wait for the world to change before you do. Don't wait for perfect conditions to begin. The world transforms as you transform. Your life blooms when you choose to bloom. And if something inside you resonated with these words, know this: your awakening has already begun.